YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, coming to you from Monday, and Monday is now Gun Day. That's right, welcome back to the Balthasar Gelt all-gun campaign on Gun Day Monday. Mondays used to stink, but now they don't, because it is Gun Day Monday. Anyway, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this so far. Thank you, first of all, for all the comments. I'm going to get to some of those. I want to say, starting off right here in the front of the video, if you watch this video and you like it, do me a huge favor. Hit the like button. YouTube has been screwing me over hard with the way that they actually deliver my video out to people to watch it, and it would help me a lot. Again, only if you like the video, if you will go push it. And you don't have to do that now. Watch it. If it's good, hit that like button. Help me out. And then, of course, please continue to give me your comments on this, because the comments really are helpful in helping me put together a campaign that you all can enjoy. Now, speaking of, there were a few suggestions that I took into account here. One, we had a suggestion for this wizard to be named Marcus Howitzer. So he is Marcus Howitzer of the Celestial Guns. And of course, when he calls in the Comet of Cassandora, that's actually just an orbital bombardment strike, which doubles over as a gun. We had some steam tanks, and we had someone bring up that they should be named Appius and Sextus after the two legendary characters from my Eastern Roman Empire campaign. And that was a good idea, so we now have a steam tank named after both of those characters. Further, I needed one more wizard, and I saw a suggestion that I thought was pretty funny, and so I took the suggestion. Now I'm trying to find him. He's hiding behind a castle here. He's kind of hard to see. We have Albus Gunbaldor of Gunworks Academy, folks. Yes, so Albus Gunbaldor. I picked a light wizard just because a death wizard as Gunbaldor just seemed kind of weird. And the light wizard has a net and can do some other nice buffing for the units, so figured that would be kind of a fun one, the net to hold people still while we shoot them and control the army. So yeah, we have Albus Gunbaldor. So pretty excited about that. We are awaiting a massive chaos invasion. So, oh my gosh, so many. And we're still not even at the real chaos invasion, which I think comes turn 150. Balthasar is hoofing it back over here because we don't have time to spend any more time at Altdorf. We need his assistance in this vicinity against the huge stack of chaos. And then, of course, we have Und Wesson down here, who he also needs a wizard, come to think of it. So I have a wizard going into Boris's army, which is Howitzer. And then we have Gunbaldor. I'm going to bring Gunbaldor up here to Kalishnikov's army, which we'll have to figure that out too, because we're going to have to get rid of a unit in order to fit this one in. And I don't love that, because I love all these units, so we'll take care of that when the time comes. And we're going to have to do the same thing down here with Und Wesson. But I think we have some easy to replace units here, because I just kind of filled up a few on that one. So I'm less worried about it. Let's go in here and recruit another hero. Hopefully we can get another battle wizard. We can. We've got plenty of slots. We had other people suggesting that a Jade Wizard would be really good to go with the tanks. That is a great point. I'm going to go ahead and pick this Jade Wizard right here. Udolf Fischer. I need you all to help me give him a solid gun name, or just something fun that we can then also tie into guns. So just give me your thoughts on this dude. I'm going to go ahead and get him set up to begin Earthblood, which will allow him to start healing these tanks, and then with regrowth, it can get really OP. So I think that will be a good addition to that army, because there's so many single entity models on which we're going to rely. All right, now, back at it. We've got a lot to do, folks. We've got a lot to do. Oh, some top comments. Let's run through those real quick. I mentioned on the last one that I gotten really busy last week, and so I was telling people that the Grom campaign would be delayed. I finally did get that one recorded, by the way, and Oscar Church says, personally, I wouldn't mind if YouTube work was focused on this campaign and not Grom, and it had 29 upvotes, which clearly a lot of people feel the same way. That is true. I understand that this one gets more views than the Grom campaign right now, and probably more people actively watch this one. But I started the Grom campaign, and I'm not just going to stop it mid-flight. I'm going to finish it. And I think in the future what I'll do is just try and be better about how I choose what I'm going to be working on to make it easier, to make that more continuous. But I do appreciate the enthusiasm people have here, but I also don't want to do any worse about starting something and not finishing it. I want to make sure I do Another top comment from Peter Tompkins was Tompkins, where he said in Balthasar's speech, "Welcome to Estalia, gentlemen." Yeah, it is a good speech. I love that one. Welcome to Estalia, folks. And then Blake came in saying, "Hey, don't need to fully apologize. You're busy." And then he wanted me to name a Bergjaeger or a Jaeger long rifles the Drakenhof Dead Shots, which is a cool name. So let's find one of these units. I have some Bergjaegers here. I think that the Jaeger Corps long rifle would be a cooler unit to name that. So I think I have some here. Yeah, some Jaeger Corps long rifles. Let's give these guys a new name. So here's the Drakenhof Dead Shots. I don't know if it's gonna fit. Oh, it did. Just perfect. So great suggestion, and thanks for the support, Blake. Appreciate it. Bazooka Bob says, "Hey, Air, love the series. So far, it's been gun-tastic. Could you please name a pair of Steam Tanks, Appius, and Sextus?" So we took care of that for you, Bazooka Bob, and thank you for the support all these years. And then Joseph Cook, appreciate you supporting the channel, by the way, with the membership. He says, there's a YouTuber called the Spiffing Brit, and he has a video on his channel using Balthasar and ridiculously buffed Hellstorm rocket battery armies. You should check it out. Yeah, I've watched Spiffing Brit, and actually, cool side story. Spiffing Brit, I got to do an Imperator Rome multiplayer event with him on my team once. He is really a funny guy and fun to play with. So yeah, I'm sure he's got a really good video there. So in any case, appreciate the responses. And then one last thing here from Riley, our kill scribe. Basically, I want to update you on where Grimgor's Ardboys stand. They have 23,961 losses, just behind Sylvania, who, when we exterminated them, ended at 29,241. So Grimgor is gunning hard, gunning, pun intended there, to take the top of the leaderboard. But Chaos is quickly climbing the leaderboard as well. They have jumped up significantly, and I think are now in, let's see, where is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think they're in 5th place with 8,038 losses, and we're going to add to that. The downside to Chaos is they don't have the same numbers the Greenskins do, so we're going to have to kill a lot of Chaos if they're ever going to catch up with the Greenskins. And I would like for them to. I would like to help Chaos catch up and take ahead on the leaderboard, and they just might with the type of Chaos invasion that we're going to be having. It's going to be rather spectacular. We're going to end this turn and kind of see where things wind up here. There's going to be some crazy fights coming up against Chaos. We're going to have to really trick them. Nordland may get the crap beat out of him, and then Chaos might also just try and push south straight through Kislev and towards my old, the old vampire holdings, so we're going to have to be careful of that as well. Looks like we got a good fight brewing at Barag Dawasbag as well. Isn't that a weird settlement name? Barag Dawasbag. Barag Dawasbag? I don't, it's just so weird. I'm gonna say this is gonna be a little crude, so fair warning. I'll keep my language well structured here, though. It sounds like a settlement named after a somewhat sagging Dawi scrotum. How about we put it that way? It's just gross. That name just doesn't come across right to me. Was that proper enough? Did I do that right? I think so. Alright. DY underscore this general has been killed in battle. You must appoint a new one. Huh? What is this? Oh, speaking of, we need to appoint some people onto the council, and I had a lot of people say no bows in the comments, so I guess we're not doing bows, and what I'm going to do then is just keep picking Empire Generals, because the Empire Generals can eventually get on a steam tank, and so that's what we're going to do at this point. Fealty of Ostermark. You know what, let's send a military force. Help them defend, and we were successful. We're going to take the treasury from that, because why not?
Praise Sigma.
And this is our man here, which I guess I just had failed to notice previously.
Now,
so Bernhard Feuerbach, he's going to need a proper gun name here as well, and he better run for the hills. I'm going to have him run down here to Krugenheim, and we'll try and get him some units recruited if we can afford it when the time comes. Let's go ahead and start here. Okay. So, oh, he's got a few skill points, my bad. Let's see, let's do some pistol core. That's the first and most relevant upgrade for most of these characters. Chaos did kind of move in closer. They may be trying to move south here too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We may be missing 1 or 2 stacks. That's in the fog of war right there. We'll know if Fort Yakova gets hit hard soon. Balthasar can move almost all the way up to reinforcement range. Eldred here is also reinforcing. Speaking of, let's get in here to our Elector Counts. We want to take our new Empire General that you all need to name, and we can make him the Elector Count of, well, I mean, he's somewhat close to there. Let's make him the Elector Count of Ostland. We need an Elector Count for Sylvania as well. So you'll help me come up with a character name. I'll put a name on there and we'll stick them in. None of this really matters because the only thing we really want here is the Emperor's Wrath. And then the Bordermen would be a fun unit to have a hold of at some point as well. So yeah, we've got our Elector Count there. He picks up the Ostland Runefang, which is going to help him do some pretty sweet damage. I'm going to leave these units here kind of as a setup for Chaos, try and get them to come in and then get ambushed. That's my goal, at least. We do want to build up the defenses because it does clockwork bombs, and then we get extra units in the garrison as well, which could be very important at Bechafen. Let's go down here at Berag Dawasbag. We need to marshal an attack against the Greenskins here and give Und Wesson's army a little bit of target practice. We've got Blorg Backstabber here, who will make a fine bit of target practice, I believe. So let's go do that. Battlefield looks okay-ish. Remember, a lot of our guns now in this army are somewhat short range. So we'll just kind of play that one out. So the short-range guns won't be as impacted by some of the terrain features as the ones that can take really long shots. Oh, this terrain's just fine. This'll work. Speaking of, right back here looks pretty decent as far as a spot to deploy. Let's see, we got our Eisenbombers, Blitzschützen. I'm going to mix the Eisenbombers in with the Blitzschützen. Kind of have them staggered. This will make a main infantry line that just almost won't be able to be touched because of the short-range damage that it can output. And let's see here. We got Stirland's Revenge and the Silver Bullets. And I do have a couple of Jaeger Corps long rifles as well. Let's check our line of sight over here. It's a little bit obstructed. I'm going to put these Jaeger Corps right in front of this Eisenbomber. Then they won't block the shots of the Blitzschützen near as bad. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same thing here with these Silver Bullets. I'm going to put them in front of one of the Eisenbombers. And then Stirland's Revenge also in front of an Eisenbomber. Just to let these units do some shooting. And then we'll retreat them for more of a support function. I'll have the Bordermen play a support function. Just place our Lord here. As far as our artillery goes, I'm going to try and place it on a flank where it's less likely to cause friendly fire. And I'll put 2 steam tanks over here to protect said artillery. And then I'll put 2 steam tanks kind of... I don't know if we really need a lot of protection on this flank. Let's just let's roll a couple more steam tanks. Let's say like yeah, we'll just put them all over here actually. This should work. There we go. We'll just try and play this out and make it work. Start the battle. Oh, you got a rogue idol, do you? I'm sure that'll work out great. Alright, the AI thinks they're going to camp, but we've got them in rocket range, so I think that they'll change their mind pretty quickly about sitting back and camping as the rocket battery begins to deliver some losses to them. It's shooting the rogue idol, which we don't want. Ooh, yeah, our main cannon is also firing at the rogue idol. Or it was. It's now ceased. I don't think the AI is going to sit here and take this for very long. But if they do wish to take it, then I'll deliver it. Let's fast forward for a minute. Okay, yep, they've learned their lesson. And this clown just stepped into range, so let's feed him some pain. Put all these units on defensive. Do the same with these units as well. That way, if I click a ranged attack order, they won't go chasing a target that has moved out of range. Our steam tanks are now opening fire. We're gonna let this rogue idol feel that wrath. The AI may end up kind of wrapping hard on this flank. That's okay, because that's where I have the most tanks. That rogue idol is going to get absolutely shellacked. Let's put some rocket fire over here. Our mortars. Maybe target right over here. Just shows you how many hit points a rogue idol has. It is getting pummeled by multiple powerful artillery units. It still has 7,800 hit points. These units are not to be taken lightly. Let's go take our pistoliers and start harassing these chariots on the flank. I'm going to position this blitz shoots in right here. Alright, the Jaeger Corps have a clear line of sight now. The rogue idol looks like he's going to drop. Alright, I want you to shoot these orc boar chariots, please. We're gonna see if we can lure these guys back to the loving guns of our Blitzschützen. That's right. Step right over here into this kill box, please. Okay, I'm gonna move my longer range units back. I'm gonna leave Stirland's Revenge up here because they can handle a little melee. How did my Blitzschützen not shoot these chariots to death? A little bit confused at that. You can shoot, you know. Nothing's stopping you from doing so. Thank you. Alright, we ended up with a little bit of a melee over here with our steam tanks, and then we've got some infantry going for artillery, so let's go clean that out. There we go. Greenskin army is gonna fall apart rather rapidly. Alright. Got our noble sons abroad. And got some orc biggins here who are about to get shotgunned at point blank range. Oof. Those Blitzschützen. Oh gosh. That is just gruesome. Absolutely gruesome. Alright, well this army is definitely got some nice capability. You can see the where a melee did land, it didn't go too well for the greenskins. Like even up in melee, not exactly ideal. Our artillery is absolutely deadly from range, and then at close range, the amount of damage dished out, it slopes up in a big hurry. So old Crack Tooth and Backstabber got stabbed in the back with his cracked tooth. And Barag Dawa's bag, we're just going to raise it. The settlement's not worth anything to us. I would rather some dwarf faction retake control of it. Barak Var and Varunka Hills, because of the trade, is worth it to me. But this settlement is not. I would rather the dwarves just come take these Badlands settlements.
What does the Emperor bid?
So the only downside is I cannot replenish here, which is not a huge deal. In fact, I may push forward to Iron Rock and try and trash it as well. And like I said, try and free up some settlements to help the Dawi have a little more capability of fighting on their own. And let's see. Over here again, I don't think any movement required in this vicinity. Someone mentioned that there was gem mines in Hawkland. It would be very much worth my while. There's no gems that I'm aware of in Hawkland. You've got Wolfenburg, which had the gold, which I did take advantage of. They've got timber and dyes, which is worth a fair bit of money if I were trading it to other people. But someone was saying that I should have confederated Hawkland because of the gems. If I'm missing something, let me know. But I don't see any gems that Hawkland is in control of at the moment. But yeah, if there is, absolutely, I would want to take control of those and add that to my potential list of trade resources that I could use, and it would potentially make me quite a lot of money. Quite a lot of money. Skill point 8, we got to go a long ways. Let's improve our artillery with Imperial gunnery. And then let's just make sure...
What do you want of me? What brings you here?
Alright, our Jade Wizard is headed down here to meet up with us. So he is en route. And then Albus Gunbaldor needs to head up here to Bechafen in order to meet up with his forces. I do have some witch hunters, at least hopefully they're still here and not dead. We need to get them into the mix here. Oh, immortality, perfect. So now we can't ever really lose this guy. Let's move forward and block some armies. Blocking armies can be a very effective way at screwing up an invasion.
Speak.
Okay, no one succeeded in this turn. Stinks, but these are some pretty high-level Chaos forces, and I'm not surprised that we're struggling to land our attempts here at every opportunity. I'm not really worried about anything else in Bechafen right now. I'm going to save a little bit of cash just in case we end up going negative because of a successful attack. We don't want to find ourselves in a really, bad situation. Let's do this Elector Counts. And I think we're ready to end another turn. Just kind of see what happens here. Chaos is definitely moving in. And they have a certain confidence about them, a Chaos swagger, if you will, that is understandable given the size and composition of their armies. And like I said, taking these guys in melee would be absolutely terrifying. I'm really actually kind of happy that we're using an all-gun campaign with some modded units here, because this Chaos invasion would be absolutely insane. It'd be fun. It would really be fun to take on. Oh, our ambush worked. So we're going to get a chance to have Pastor Cogburn ambush Egrimm here. Now, I could auto-resolve this and get a very clean knockout on Chaos. I'm very tempted, though, because I would like to fight some of this, but gosh dang, man, that ambush is so nice. Oh, so nice. But I would have to kill 4 knights, including the Swords of Chaos, and then 4 units of ogres and ogre shaggoths very, very quickly in order to not suffer a bunch of losses. Heads up. I am going to auto-resolve it just because this is too clean to pass up. I really do want to fight. Ooh, I'm going to take the cash off that too. That is a lot of cash. But Chaos is now tripped. Oh, they didn't make any further moves, or couldn't. So only their one army fell into that ambush. Now Balthasar's here, though. I believe Balthasar has a Lightning Strike capability, and we can start picking these guys off. Lightning Strike is going to be very, very important in fighting these Chaos invasions, because it allows us to take them 1-to-1 where possible. Again, we need clean victories in order to be successful here. We can't take a messy victory and still win. And those ambushes give you a chance for a really clean auto-resolve. Oh my Chaos. We got some stacks down here too. Woo! We can gain some Imperial authority. No, let's just Ostermark. Oh, yeah, they declare a war. We don't really want that. Let's side with Stirland and then avoid the war. Okay.
The nation calls.
I'm going to swing back this way. I'm going to enter an ambush stance too, just because I don't want this Chaos Army to know where I'm at. We do need to improve the defenses at Barak-Var. It's kind of risky for me to build that right now because they could destroy Barak-Var. This is troubling, actually, to be facing Chaos down here. If we end up against this many stacks, we could be in a real pickle real fast.
Do not waste my
So Balthasar is here. Let us check his lightning strike capability, which I believe is intact. It is. Balthasar is totally capable of lightning striking, and there is a Chaos army within range to lightning strike. And you can see Chaos took the bait full on, and they have pushed forward towards us.
Ulrich's will.
And we could get a really clean auto-resolve, a 2-to-1 here, or sorry, yeah, 2-to-1, but we're not going to do this. We're going to lightning strike, and we're going to take Balthasar in and let him go for a one-on-one kill. Still should be an interesting battle because they have so many fast movers. We'll want to play this one properly. Let's fight it, and hope that the terrain doesn't suck too, because the terrain could be crappy. No, Chaos gets a choke point. This is actually really good, because they'll probably want to cover that choke point, and if I use my artillery to down their hell cannons, we can then shoot the crap out of all their units very easily from our side of the river. So yes, this will be advantageous because we have the appropriate artillery to counter the hell cannons. Let's get a good look at the terrain down near ground level here. It's going to be mostly good. Mostly good. What we want to put up front is, yeah, these units. So there's their hell cannons. We'll want to separate these just a little bit so they can't, you know, get hell cannon shots that hit us like 2-for-1. We don't have either of their artillery pieces quite in range when we begin the battle. Feuerschützen, oh my gosh, I love these guys too. They're just wonderful units in every regard. I'm going to spread some Eisenbombers for close quarters combat support. I think the terrain over here might be slightly better for my Jaeger. Actually, no, this looks good for the longer range Jaeger Corps.
Yes, General.
And let's see, all of these units get a defensive stance. The Black Lions can stay behind my line.
Yes, my
The
lord.
Luminarch. Let's do this, and then Balthasar, you can be up front here too. Alright, I'm gonna kind of group on my infantry, just easier for me to get a hold of. Let's start the battle. I want them to have to move forward. They don't have hell cannon range on me. We're gonna lose if time runs out, so I do think we actually have to push forward just a bit in order to get in range. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna use Balthasar to draw shots off of the hell cannon. And I'll probably go drop a final transmutation to start doing some damage to some of these units as well. Golly, those are hard to dodge. Look at that, they're both connected with a flying, dodging target. I wonder if we're better off to just maintain the same direction. Oh my, that is 4 for 4. Holy mackerel. They finally missed one there. It came around and hit me, never mind. I might be able to get a better final transmutation in here.
Awaiting orders. Hellstorm rocking battery. Take position.
Yeah. The Sunmaker is making mincemeat out of those hell cannons.
Detachments move.
Here we go. That'll be a pretty good final transmutation. Use our Staff of Volans here too. Okay, let's move up the infantry. I should have been ready to do this. Because now, by the time I stop moving my infantry, we'll already be inside range. It's Plague of Rust, this dude. Not that their armor's really going to help them a whole lot, but... Don't waste your net. We already got that taken care of. Don't waste your net. No need. Got a bit of a misformation over here. Those guys should get routed before they touch. I'm gonna final transmutate those knights. Let's get our steam tanks up in here and see if we can hold up the advance of chaos, and that way we can shoot them more effectively. Oof, almost friendly fire there. This is working beautifully. Chaos got bottled up right in front of my Feuerschützen. This may be a zero-loss battle unless we've caused some friendly fire. This is exactly what you want. This is textbook what you want with a ranged army. They lose their range, they're forced to move up on you in a way that is extremely disadvantageous. This is, like I said, this is absolutely textbook. Perfect. That is a zero-loss battle right there, folks. That is our ideal situation. So Ecugax gets wrecked by Balthasar. Balthasar's army is extremely powerful, assuming that he can manage the fast-moving units coming towards him. In melee, it is potentially susceptible to being killed, especially if the fast-moving units can disrupt that gun line just long enough for the infantry to be brought to bear. Because that's really the trick. So once the infantry is brought to bear, you know, that it's pretty much over at that point. I think Balthasar could take another hit job out here on Festergax, though I think we took some attrition, but this is worth it. No, we didn't take any attrition yet. We will if we end the turn here. So Festergax, let's take him out. Again, we're going to have to look at the terrain here. He's got 3 hell cannons, but we've seen that the Sunmaker is a great counter to these hell cannons. It's high rate of fire and high damage. It's going to make it pretty useful. This terrain sucks. We're going to have to find a good place from which to fire our rockets, and hopefully we can make connection with their hell cannons. Fortunately, hell cannons cannot hide in the forest, which is good for us. Yeah, this terrain absolutely blows. Garbage terrain. Start a deployment. I can either deploy back here or over on this side. And I actually kind of like this just a hair better. I think this is our line right here, roughly. The terrain here, not great, but probably the most conducive terrain. So I'm thinking something like this in our fairly standard deployment. Also, these guys can fire whilst hidden. This one's not quite hidden in the woods for some reason. Ah. That one's still showing up hidden. Okay, they're both hidden there. They're a little overlapped, but these guys can actually snipe from the woods right there. I'll back them up with an Eisenbomber. That way they can have a retreat point. Let's put an Eisenbomber up on this flank, and then right in front of them, put our Bergjägers for some anti-large damage. And let's go ahead and line up Our Luminarch back here, and I think the Black Lions back here. I'm gonna put our artillery back here as well. I'm gonna place the rocket battery just a hair farther back. Hopefully so that the friendly fire potential isn't as bad. And what are we missing here? One more Eisenbomber, which can back up the main line. Then we're gonna use Balthasar and our Stanks to draw in the enemy. Their Hell Cannons are in range. Okay, got the Hell Cannon targeted. Let's go use Balthasar to kind of further attract some attention. Watch this. Oof. Oh my gosh. I hate Hell Cannons. There we go. Wow, if you sit still, apparently they'll miss. Okay, alright, the Sunmaker is now in range. Let's back our tanks up a little. We got their attention for sure. Balthasar can start healing. And one of the Hell Cannons took some pretty significant damage. We're going to try and draw the Hell Cannons into artillery range. Balthasar, just come on home, son. Get our Supreme Patriarch. Back here, steam tanks retreat, artillery's firing. Ooh, 3 misses. Yeah, look at that range. And they are sniping as well. Chaos cannot see those units that are firing at them. Beautiful. Just shoot up these knights a little. I may have to use Balthasar to block them. Some really good damage done up front. About to rout one Chaos Knight. We got one making its way up this flank. Our Bergjaeger should be able to connect with it from long range. Let's use Balthasar to body block here. Gotta reposition these guys a little. Searing Doom this. Yeah. Bergjaegers slaughter these guys. Now, Bergjaegers have a 360 firing arc that makes them very handy because you don't have to reposition much. And then Balthasar did his job very nicely here. The Eisenbombers can clean up that Chaos Warrior. Woo! Balthasar took some damage in that assignment, though. Alright, Black Lions doing their job. Let's back these Jaeger Corps long rifles up. Get a safer position. Sunmaker. Ooh, it's still just a hair out of range. Our Eisenbombers are not in a great position. Let's fall back. Fall back. Excellent. Oh my gosh, yes. This won't be a zero loss battle, unfortunately, but it will still be a very effective one. Still be very effective. Let's hit that Exalted Hero with the Bergjaegers. Yes, excellent. This should have moved their Hell Cannons within reach. There we go. I've got my artillery opening fire on their unbreakable Hell Cannons, and we'll see how long their cannons remain unbreakable, though this is where they might get a little bit of damage done, because now they're in range of some of my infantry. Let's back up. Yeah, they are under some heavy fire now. Alright, they're losing artillery pieces. Excuse me. Alright, Balthasar is going to face melt what's left of the Chaos Stunties. Boy, Volan's Staff along with that Arcane Conduit is going to be absolutely sick. And that is going to be the end of the Hell Cannons. Of course, they had to get one more little hit in there just to make themselves feel better. Just going to let the artillery do its thing here. Right, so Balthasar gets 2 very clean kills on Chaos, all in 1 turn end. This is the type of fighting we need, and this is why we brought Balthasar to this front, because he is going to excel at this very thing. His units are just so powerful that Chaos is going to have a difficult time overcoming them. They can't really hurt me from range. They are going to have a very difficult time making it into melee. Even with, you saw their 5 different knights, they struggled to close the distance to melee. So this is what we want. Yeah, I'm going to just keep taking the gold off these guys because we can put it to use. This is going to force Balthasar back into our own territory, which is totally fine. Let's pull him here. And what we'll do now is use Balthasar as bait. We'll set up a double ambush here. And now Balthasar is the bait of the ambush, and we'll see whether we can get these 2 guys to come take the bait. Fort Yakova did fall, so we can actually potentially expect an invasion here. So Waldenhof is walled, Essen's still in the way, so yeah, we should expect Chaos to potentially be moving this way. Which means a couple of their stacks were over there. In fact, we should go follow them. And try and bring them to light. Yep, so at least 2. We'll try to slow them down with our agents. In fact, our agents should probably both go focus these 2 armies. Maybe this one here that's making a beeline for our allies. Let's see if we can slow him down. There we go. That should help. And then let's see. We cannot give these guys orders on how to cooperate. And I don't really want to give the stunties any orders right now because those guys are barely surviving as it is. I don't think it's very polite of me to be demanding them to go after war targets. I know not everything's about polite, but I think you all get where I'm going here. His magic is fully populated. We got Pistol Corps. We know that Emperor's Finest applies to our troops in melee, so let's finish that one. And so that'll just make our troops much stronger in melee, and with their great armor and good defense, you can go a long time in a melee with just those 2 stats playing out for you. Kalishnikov is going to be our first steam tank commander at the risk that he's not immortal. I'm going to go ahead and just give him his tank, and we'll make him immortal on his next skill point, so a little bit of a risk there for me to make that move, but it's a risk that we will take. It's a risk that we will take. What I may do is move these witch hunters out of the army to make room for the battle wizards that are incoming.
What does the Emperor bid?
Because we could use some extra block army actions and stuff like that. Let's see here. So Patcher Cogburn is at level 16. He's getting closer to a steam tank. He has lightning strike. We should go ahead and do quartermaster. The more money we save means more armies, and so we should take Quartermaster wherever we can get it. It should be useful. And we just laid in our ambush here. Colt Flintlock has a skill point. Let's go ahead and do Bloody Blade, even though we don't use blades. And then Gundalf, the Black Powder, is now immortal, folks. He has been immortalized. Finally! Chaos can't take him away from us. Alright, now let's see here. Boris has got Pistol Corps. Let's finish Emperor's Finest. And that should help Boris and his troops be stronger. We could do some recruiting with Boris, but we don't really expect to have any fights with him at the moment. But, I mean, it doesn't hurt to go over-prepared. Let's move Boris towards Talabheim. I thought he had a wizard with him. Did he not?
The Empire.
Where did his wizard go? Did he get hurt already? Let us see here. Yeah, Marcus Howitzer he must have gotten injured on the last one. I didn't see the agent that did it. Well, crap. So Howitzer's out for a few turns. Well, that definitely stinks that he's wounded, but we'll just have to make do. See, we got Boris moving down there. Who else needs to take a move? Is it patched or... We should have... Yeah, let's go ahead and drop him into an ambush as well. And we'll have Balthasar, like I said, be the bait. And I think we're ready to potentially end another turn here. If there's any really key defensive structures that we should build, we should probably work on that. The Moot now has walls. Drakenhof is walled up. Tempelhof is walled up. Sometimes I wish that one of the things, and maybe I need to look for a mod for this, I wish people would add a mod, or better yet, CA would put in a building chain underneath this that maybe costs you a little bit of upkeep, but you can put in a building that gives you extra garrison or something like that. I think that'd be kind of a cool trade-off type building to have, so that you could choose where you want to have additional garrison, but you don't necessarily get away with it for free, per se. I don't know. Just something else to consider. We were chasing these guys, or at least, yeah, keeping an eye on them with our agents. Got our wizard here. And we're waiting to see what this Malefex slaughter call does. So here we go. Let's see what we stir up on this turn end. Probably wouldn't hurt to get the logistician trait on more of our lords. The more upkeep cost we can offset, the better. So that would be ideal, really. Let's see, assault garrison. Oh, that foiled the ambush of Smith and Wesson. Darn it. I wonder if it... You know, that's another thing too. I was sitting there thinking, like, if that agent foils the ambush of my army, unless they're sharing information with Chaos, shouldn't that also foil the ambush of a of basically everyone else, or but not for everybody else? So, like, if I foiled the ambush, you're not going to share that information with Chaos. Does that make sense? You all get what I'm saying? Okay, well, Chaos saw our ambush here, and they went ahead and attacked us anyway. Let's see what the map's going to look like, because this could be critical. It is a crossing map. This is good. It'll allow us to kind of plant our artillery in such a way as that we can fire down through here. And we do have the artillery available to us. I'm going to put this army under AI control because it's just the garrison. But I'm going to control the reinforcements that come with me, because again, there's a lot of artillery there that I want to make use of. So as long as we use our Sunmaker to destroy enemy hell cannons, we have the ranged advantage, which means at that point it's just a matter of time of our Feuerschützen blasting through the waves of chaos. And there's going to be many waves of chaos coming at us, but again, this is an opportunity for us to hopefully wipe out multiple waves all at once. There is only one crossing point here as well. Yeah, that is interesting because that's easier to defend. The terrain is a little bit wacky, but also quite good in some ways. Yeah, because we could stack infantry. Oh my gosh, yeah, this could get really, really good for us, actually. Check this out. Like, if I put Feuerschützen here where they have really good line of sight, you know, straight through this choke point, and because of the way this hill works, the lower these guys are down here, it's almost like that ramp at Fort Saul. We can now put our Jaeger Corps on top and keep their line of sight open.
Yes, General! Yes, General!
Over the top of these troops from extreme range. Put our Black Lions up here.
The Tempelhof Luminarch!
Tempelhof Luminarch. And then what we can do, because they can't be flanked, is we could stick these artillery pieces over here, and we still get pretty solid coverage. I mean, we should be able to keep a hell cannon from getting into range of our artillery, unless it comes from this side. And with that being the case, I may position the Hammer of Witches. I'm a little bit worried about this blocking its line of sight, but I'll take that risk. So anyway, that'll give us a little bit of range kind of on this side. See how that works. See how that works. Balthasar, of course, here. We're missing a few units. Our Eisenbombers. I'm going to kind of keep the Eisenbombers. I want them to stay out of the way of the Jaeger units, but still give me some coverage in case Chaos kind of charges in right here. Yeah, so we'll stick them on the flanks, and then that just leaves our 2 steamers, whom we can position, I think, real close here as well to give us some ranged firepower. There we go. Let's just see what happens. We're gonna have reinforcements coming in from behind. Alright, Chaos is here in front of me. Hellstorm is in range. It is not in range of the Hell Cannon just yet, but the Hell Cannon is also not in range of my infantry. So that's a good thing. Now that dragon could come straight for our Hell Cannon, but our Bergjaegers have a little bit of coverage there, and we could use the Luminarch to help avoid some pain there. Balti baby, come out here. Oh yeah, look at that Jaeger Corps range. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to pause it. Let's get my Hellstorm before this. Okay, the Hell Cannon's outside of range still. As long as the Hell Cannons are outside of the range of my infantry, we are solid. I'll let Balthasar heal a little. Alright, we've got a number of reinforcements coming in. I thought I told the AI to no, I did. I did tell the AI to control it. Okay, well, we've got a lot of troops on the battlefield, folks. Rest in pieces the frame rate of this battle. Because there are... There's going to be, what is that, 4,000? Almost 5,000 unit models, or a little over 5,000 unit models on the battlefield. Yeah. Surprisingly, I'm actually getting over 60 frames a second as long as we stay away from some of the unit models there. We're getting some good shots off here with the Hammer of Witches. It's picked up 21 kills. They'll have to move the Hell Cannons in range of my infantry, and to do that, we'll put them within range of the Hammer of Witches and the Red Glare here, which is our Sunmaker. Chaos is gathering the full strength of their force, which they should do. This is definitely the right move for them. We actually do not have any additional light infantry units. I do have additional Feuerschützen. And although they will be in a very blocky formation, we could really juice up the firepower by doing this. Bringing all the Feuerschützen forward, especially if they can get here in time. We'll definitely need to keep the Hell Cannon in check. Let's move up some Hackbuttschützen as a good second line. Okay, the action's about to get started, folks. It is going to be crazy. Absolutely crazy. Alright, we got to keep an eye on the Hell Cannons. As soon as they enter range, we got to let them have it. I'm going to let the Hammer of Witches fire away for now. It's got a lot of ammo, so... Same thing with the steamers. Just let them do their shooting where they're able. I'm going to protect the rocket battery with the net of this Luminarch. And what we will also do is protect the... are these Blitzschützen? Yeah. Let's get the Blitzschützen up here to help protect this from a flyer as well. The Blitzschützen ought to be able to put down a pretty savage beating on anything that gets close. Okay, the Hellstorm's got range. Start hitting that Hell Cannon. And then same thing here, target here. These guys are actually about to open fire on my infantry, no doubt. Yep, here they go. Oh, it's gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt quite a lot. Yep. It is not gonna feel good. So we definitely need to control the Hell Cannons. But it's working. It's working. Hammer of Witches. Getting some good damage done. Okay, watch the Feuerschützen here, folks. Here comes the pain. There we go. The firepower down the middle of this line is going to be absolutely insane. Okay, that cannon's destroyed. Target the other Hell Cannon. And let's go defensive on all these. Okay. Oh my goodness, the firepower down the center of this line is insane. Absolutely insane. This is probably the most firepower that's ever been congregated in a Total War game ever. Okay, that cannon is done, so ceasefire. This cannon can ceasefire because we're going to have more Hell Cannons coming in. I wonder if we're going to run out of ammo. We might. I need to have the line of HeirofCarthage ready to go. I'm going to actually bring them up. I mean, it's possible some of them might be able to get shots here. Especially at flying units. And they'll have a suppression effect if they do get a chance to shoot anything. Oh my gosh, the great shooting. Look at this. Have you ever seen so much firepower congregated in one place? Boy, Chaos picked the wrong spot to attack us. This was not the right attack vector for Chaos. They are taking absolutely egregious losses. Oh look, he might make it into melee. Maybe. Yeah, he got a hit in. Wow, I'm impressed, actually. Look, the Eisenbombers on the flanks, just gruesome. They're gonna just start laying into this infantry. Run, Balthasar. Oh, they got a Dragon Breath in. Finally got some damage done. Here comes my reinforcements. I'm gonna take my HeirofCarthage and shoot down the enemy dragon, hopefully. Ooh, it landed. So I don't know if we'll have eyes on it now. Just go ahead and go fire at will there. Alright, we're definitely repelling the Chaos attack. Our HeirofCarthage are actually running a little low on ammo. So since they're lower on ammo, I'm actually going to just let them do the fighting up front. I'm going to do a final transmutation again, see if we can clean up everything here. There's reinforcements coming in, so this is where it'll be helpful to have our second line of HeirofCarthage. Holy mackerel. This has got to be one of the most epic brawls I have ever had in the history of a Total War game. This is epic. An epic beatdown. Now my reinforcements are coming through and actually kind of muddying the water here. So some part of me wishes that I hadn't let them be AI controlled, but whatever. They're kind of blocking my HeirofCarthage and some of my long rifles. But we'll just let all my HeirofCarthage run out all their ammo here, and then I may pull them back. Some of them still have ammo. Some of these Eisenbombers still have ammo. Okay, there's more Hell Cannons coming. Wonder if we got range here. No. Just turn our tank this way. We gotta fight those Hell Cannons. Yeah, there's 3 of them coming in from over there. Let's take Balthasar over to meet them as well. There's Hell Cannons coming from the other direction now, so they'll be in range soon. Oh! Of course, the Hell Cannons just bypassed my own artillery and are risking their own destruction by firing at my infantry. That's typical AI per se. Oh, you can see my... Well, this is good. My reinforcements are going to go out. Oh, my Hell Cannon. That's just nasty. They're not firing at Balthasar. We have driven back Chaos at this point. They have basically shattered. We just have to finish off the Hell Cannons. These guys are going to rack up kills at an alarming pace, and they are targeting my expensive infantry back here. Yep. Jerks. That's what the AI does best. Okay, Hammer of Witches. Attack that. Balthasar, get down there, take these guys out. Bombard them a little too. Okay, at least my reinforcements are taking the Hell Cannon fire over here. My Hellstorm rocket battery may be just on the edge of range here. Balthasar, on the other hand, is going to handle this fight. Man, that combination... Oh, yeah, there we go. That combination, Volan's staff, along with Balthasar's just natural magic prowess, is beautiful here. Well, this is an epic beatdown of chaos, like an epic beatdown. Okay, let's go over here, Balti. I think our rocket is... Yeah, it's not in range. You should be in range. Let's move these units out. Just take a look at the carnage here, folks. I have it where corpses aren't supposed to disappear, but I don't know how the corpses can't have disappeared. Chaos is lucky here, really. If their forces hadn't chain routed, they would have taken even more losses on an already terrible fight for them. Alright, let's unleash the Sunmaker here. Transmutating these guys as well. Drop some bombardment. Sunmaker's getting some brutal hits. And then our allies are here taking care of business too. Well, we have definitely found an effective counter to the Hell Cannons. No doubt it is effective. Alright. This is down to its last crewman. Those guys just got murdered. And this guy will not be alive for much longer. There he goes. Wow. I feel like this is the first time we've demonstrated the real potential firepower of this army, because of the terrain giving us the perfect opportunity to demonstrate it. Like, this could not have been any better. We did take some losses, like the reinforcements took some losses. We took some hits. All of these almost entirely were Hell Cannon losses. They did manage to get few melee kills, which is actually kind of impressive, given the circumstances. I'll give Chaos what little credit is due, where it is due, because they got absolutely dominated right here. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeesh. This is what I wanted. When we turned this mod on, the Harder and Wider Chaos mod, this is what I wanted. Battles to make this campaign epic. This is why I play Total War right here. The huge battles. Some people are like, Arrow, that was totally lopsided. But it's fun. I built to it. I had to fight my way through this early game. I had to beat down the vampires with the cheapest of gun units. I had to work to get position. I had to get all the stuff right. I had to put my guys in the right place at the right time in order to get this. This is what I'm talking about. So some people might go, well, that battle was really lopsided. Yeah, but you earned it. You earned the right to make it lopsided. So I know I see a lot of people complain a lot of times because they're like, oh, well, sometimes it's too easy in a Warhammer campaign. Well, if it's too easy because you played the game right, then that can be satisfying at times too, right? Because I did things right, and ergo I get the opportunity to wreck my enemies. And that's part of a strategy game, in my opinion. Some people seem like they want the game to be difficult at all costs, at all times, regardless.
Let us begin.
There are occasions where the difficulty can be the satisfying part of a win, like earlier in this game when I had to take down hordes of vampires with relatively low tier units, and there is a certain satisfaction to that. But at this point, I love the fact that I can play this right. And sure, if I play things wrong and I put my armies in a position where that was like a 1 versus 3 Chaos armies, we lose that. right? So again, a lot of it is I outwitted the AI. Yeah, I know, not very hard to do, but I outwitted the AI, and it gives us something to have some fun with. So anyway, hopefully that makes sense to you all who hear this. Actually, our ambush chance success, we should focus on that a bit, because that could come in very handy. So this leaves Chaos very, very hurt. Very hurt at this point.
What does the Emperor bid?
I will marshal the band.
Does everybody have enough artillery to face hell cannons? They do. Everybody has enough artillery to face the hell cannons. I am a soul keeper.
Ready.
I'm actually going to take the Witch Hunter out of Kalishnikov's army and focus on blocking armies with it. It's already going to be fairly successful at doing this. And then we'll use our other Witch Hunter to do the same. And then we already tried to block an army over here. And then that will leave room for this wizard to enter Kalishnikov's army. So Albus Gunbaldor is now in that army. Okay.
Who calls?
This should be an easy mop-up.
I shall be victorious.
Mop that up. Entered in camp stance here.
Praise Sigma.
And then we'll try and use Balthasar as bait again, I think. No, that army didn't have any movement points because of the wizard coming into it, so it'll need to be Patchter's army. We'll use them. We'll take some attrition, which kind of stinks, but we'll hit the ambush stance and be the bait here. And then this army, let's move it back into Bechafen, and then I'll start backing up down here to see if we can go head off these last two Chaos stacks. But we effectively defeated that Chaos invasion for the most part right then and there. Just because of the amount of damage that they took during the course of that battle. Let's see here, Patchter. So Gundalf, the Black Powder, levels up again. Counter-Striker up. We already did Silver Bullets. Elusive would be good if he ever does end up in melee. He'll last longer. And then J. Moses Burning. Let's see. Burning Head. Let's chuck Burning Head all the way up, because that is a very useful spell in the right circumstances. Boris can now enter Talabek land, and we can do some recruiting as needed. And if Chaos is this strong as it is, we probably do want to recruit additional armies, because we may very well find ourselves facing them on multiple fronts. Multiple fronts. Who's being sieged here? The Dawi doing the sieging? Looks like it. Looks like Wurzag is besieged. Do I have a military access agreement with the Dawi?
Sigma's chosen.
We are military allies. We do have military access. So I can come here and help the Dawi reclaim their lands. If I move away, we're likely to receive the wrath of Malefic's slaughter. Oh man, look at this. He can have Dark Elf units in his army. Whoa. That's so cool. This mod is awesome.
Yes, my lord.
This mod is absolutely awesome. How awesome. Oh man, I love it. I love it. That is really good. So why can't this army replenish? Were we in enemy territory? We were. I think we were. No? We weren't in enemy territory. Were we? I don't think we were. I think the replenishment was just poor. We've gained a little bit more prestige. We can use that prestige to dish out some upgrades. And I need to save enough to take care of campaign events, so I'll be a little bit careful with this. But these regimental field surgeon upgrades are just ludicrous. All of these units would start healing if they get into melee. So I'll start out by putting this on the Blitzschützen. So, and then I'll just do it a couple at a time to make sure we keep a nice safe amount of prestige in case there's like a set of circumstances where we really have to burn through it over the course of a few turns. We're about to get a rebellion up here. That's unfortunate. Let's see what we can do about it by building the right buildings. have a decent garrison in case we get attacked. Yeah, it would not be easy for most rebellions to get through that, though. If that is a chaos rebellion, it could be a little bit challenging, and it very well might be a chaos rebellion due to the amount of corruption that we're suffering from. That kind of makes me want to bring Boris down this way, and maybe he can train his troops down here, and we'll have someone ready to help put down said rebellion if we need to deal with it. Wow, things are getting interesting. I love this. I absolutely love this. So much fun. This campaign has been very satisfying. Alright, we got another army in Krugenheim, though I'm probably not going to recruit anything additional to them at the moment, because I'd rather focus on Boris. In another couple turns, we should get back Marcus Howitzer. Okay, Chaos moved a little further away from me up north, but not with both of their stacks, so I think that's going to leave one of their stacks exposed. The other one's moving towards Wolfenburg, which is highly unacceptable because I have such a huge stake there with the gold mine. We cannot afford to let them tear down Wolfenburg. I hope I have built defenses there, though it is possible I have lapsed on that, so we will see. Alright, let's see if these servants of Slaanesh, no, I didn't see them move there, which means they may have gone outside my visual range. Yeah, Wolfenburg's loss would be completely unacceptable. It is a tier 4, so we'd get the best bombs and all that other stuff, but that is a considerable army to fight.
What does the Emperor bid?
I have some ideas here. What we should do is send Balthasar to singly beat down this army, and then we can rush ahead with the other one or two of these armies to put a stop to what this guy's trying to do to Wolfenburg. Block the army. Okay, we were successful. That is good news. That means he won't be moving far on his next turn. See if we can again block this army. Nope, we failed. See the other chaos stack over here. It could have moved ahead.
That will incur my wrath.
Let's block this army. We failed. Okay. Sometimes you can block them and keep them from being able to retreat whenever you go to attack them. So Balthasar.
I am ready. Are you? I am innocent. Ulrich's will.
The auto-resolve is finally beginning to understand. The auto-resolve is finally beginning to understand. It's like, okay, we've learned. We've learned what happens here. Oh, this map is not good, actually. I should have taken the auto-resolve. Oh, well. We ain't scared. We ain't scared of no chaos. But yeah, this map is not ideal. I would love to resettle some of these northern territories, so they fully control, all of the Imperial territories, but at the same time, like, some of them may not be very habitable, and we have to deal with a considerable amount of chaos corruption while trying to rebuild them. Yeah, this terrain is really undesirable. Very undesirable. But we will try to make the most of it. I'm going to back up just a little bit here, give me a little more room. Actually, this is quite good. My Jaeger Corps long rifles can snipe from the woods, assuming they have a line of sight.
Sigma calls.
These guys over here, again, I'm going to cover these guys up with Eisenbombers for protection. All of these guys have the regimental field surgeon. Hellblasters. Stanks. Let's line up the artillery. Will we be in range of a hell cannon? Yes, we will. With our rocket battery, will the hell cannon be in range of my infantry? No, they will not. Not immediately so, at least.
Yes, sir.
We might be able to bait the shots of those hell cannons with their stanks. And with Balthasar. Okay. Here we go. Let's have a battle.
The Empire endures.
Black powder blast.
Need you to target the hell cannon, please. The hell cannon is gonna get some pretty good protection from the woods.
Heading out.
Oh, I think we decided it was better to sit still, right? Well, I don't know. We just managed to get lucky there and dodge both those.
I at speed. We are
Is the Sunmaker gonna fire? It says it's firing, but I don't see any rockets. Here it comes. Balthasar might take a few shots in this process, but he's also avoiding me taking shots on my infantry. Oh yeah, the Sunmaker is so good at what it does. Ow. Alright, steam tanks no longer need to be positioned up here. Let's move them back behind my lines. Okay, we are almost done with the cannons. Let's go give them a little piercing bolts. Man, look at our winds of magic. Just like a vacuum cleaner sucking up winds of magic here. Okay, these hell cannons can still fire. Whoa, look at those Jaeger Corps coming from the woods. The perfect sniping position. The Drakenhof dead shots indeed. Oh, that is brutal. Those knights are actually moving outside my arc of fire. Have to move this way just a little. Oh! Oh! This isn't good. Hadn't noticed this. Hang in there, Balthasar. I'm gonna bail you out. There we go. Right. People were probably screaming, "Air, don't kill Balthasar!" Okay, alright, the main Chaos Army is expectedly getting their faces shot off. We probably do want to just cease fire with the rockets before they cause a bunch of friendly fire. Might get line of sight on these knights as they approach. We can handle this in melee over here. Alright, so their lord has managed to get us in melee, but our Feuerschützen can hold its own, I think, for the time being. Can we shoot this giant, please? Get a few extra winds of magic real quick. Finish this thing off. Yep, see, our Eisenbombers can handle that melee, so no problem. And then that will destroy the remaining Chaos units, so no problem. No problem. Even with the rather unfavorable terrain, we can hold our own just fine. This is why it's important for us to get those few melee upgrades that we can, because it pays off. All the extra armor, the melee defense, it pays off. It's going to save you a lot of damage potential. Okay, yeah, these guys paid dearly. Alright, let's end that battle. So, Balthasar... The Chaos Invasion was like a wave, and Balthasar was like the Rock of Gibraltar, just sitting there, and the waves just wash off to the side. Just wash off to the side, straight around it. And I wouldn't even say, for those who say, well, over time, erosion will take its course, and that rock will be torn down. Yeah, well, I don't think erosion's really going to apply here. Yeah. Rest in pieces, Corfex.
Do not waste my potential.
We're gonna finish this guy off. Alright. Balthasar does not have the range to catch up with this other army, but we can get him close.
What does the Emperor bid?
And then our bait army here.
I will marshal the band.
We can get rather close. Maybe dissuade these guys from... I don't know if we can stop them at this point from getting to Wolfenburg.
It is time.
we can certainly have a say in it. Alright, now Balthasar will be much better at ambushing now. This army should probably retreat to Bechafen. They've resettled Kislev, that's totally fine. Let the Empire have that for now. Okay, folks, I think that's all we can do on this episode, and we have done a lot. A lot of really good battles in this episode. Feel like that it was time very well spent and hopefully entertaining for you all. That battle outside of Bechafen was probably the most epic battle I have fought in, I mean, maybe next to that one with Marathi. I mean, those two are right there, like when Marathi defeated all the Bretonnians in that one campaign of mine. Those were some epic battles, and that's the kind of stuff I live for in Total War. So it was a lot of fun. We do have an opportunity to potentially ambush the Chaos Freak down here. I don't know if he's going to go for Barak Var or if he'll come for Akendorf, but our ambush success chance is not great here. It's really decent right here in the Light Forest. So let's move up, set that ambush, and we'll see what happens with Malefac's Slaughter Call. I have no idea what else is in his army here. He could have some nasty surprises for us. We do have our Wizard, and I would like to incorporate the Jade Wizard into this army. And if I was going to drop a unit to do it, I would probably drop the Sutsun's Mortar. Noble Sons Abroad could be really helpful potentially against a Hell Cannon. I could drop the Silver Bullets, but they're pretty darn good. And Sterling's Revenge is pretty decent in a melee. It's kind of a hard decision. I mean, like, the Sutsun's Mortar is kind of redundant. I mean, it's good against certain units, but I feel like with the rocket battery and stuff, it's the most redundant unit here at the moment. The others could serve a pretty important purpose that the Sutsun's Mortar cannot, in helping me stave off a Chaos Army in melee. We've gained some more prestige, so we might as well go ahead and stick another Regimental Field Surgeon on one of these guys, and we're going to end it here. Hope you all enjoyed this one. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I'll see you all soon with some more action on Total War Warhammer 2.